Hello, hello. If you've never seen me before, I'm Coin Ring Maker from coinringmaker.com, and in this video we're going to be making quarters into coin rings. The first one we're going to work on is this 2021 Tuskegee Airman, and we're going to make this one a size 7. So I'm going to jump right into it. While I work, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Let's go. First thing we got to do is punch a hole right in the middle of it. Thanks for the rose, man. Appreciate it. There is our coin so far. Now the next step is to clean up that inside edge right there. You can see it's a little sharp. So I'm going to take what's called a deburring tool and cut away that sharp edge. Well, thanks for stopping by and watching. If you guys have never checked it out, I do invite you to visit the website. There's some informative information on there about coin rings, as well as the tools I use to make them. And my shop's on there too, so if you want to buy a coin ring, coinringmaker.com is the place to go. We're almost done with this part. Hold with me just a second. Alright. Cool jar opener thing that has a small hole for holding coins while you deburr. Is it this? So I use this to hold rings when I deburr them. I've tried to use the coin part, and I always end up nicking the tool with the deburring tool. I don't know. I'm really accustomed to just holding the coins. I've been doing this for a few years, so, but it is really handy for holding the rings. That's a little trickier to do. All right. Again, oh snap. Coinringmaker.com. Y'all tap that link and go snoop around. We're gonna hop over here to my 1-ton arbor press and start folding this ring. First, we're gonna knock a bunch of stuff over. That was cool. Need to tidy up a little bit. Understatement of the century right there. Alright, so this is called a doming block, and I like to use a 3/4 inch Delrin ball to do this fold. I used to use stainless steel, like bearings, but they would kind of mash the detail on the inside here, and that Delrin ball leaves the details looking nice and sharp. How's it going, Van? Hey, we're working on quarters today. I got 5 quarter rings I'm going to try and make in this live. So wish me luck. There's our second fold. Starting to look a bit like a ring there. Back over here. If y'all are enjoying this live, make sure to tap the screen a couple times for me. how did the gauge work out? They came out pretty cool. Let's see if I can find it real quick. So I did the copper clad tester one just to see if I could kind of get the right size and shape for it. But I knew copper isn't the best metal for a gauge. So then I did one with 90% silver. And it came out pretty cool. But a couple of my ring maker friends pointed out I have to get rid of all this detail on the outside and smooth it out, so it doesn't like collect gunk in your ear and start stinking. But other than that, pretty cool little experiment. Went better than I expected. Well, that's just something I've been playing with. Have a California ring and I love it. Heck yeah. I'm glad you still have it. That's what's up. If anybody out there has any questions, let me know. Thanks for stopping by and watching me work. If you're just stopping in here and you don't know what's going on, I'm Coin Ring Maker from coinringmaker.com, and I make coins into rings. Today, specifically, we're working on quarters. This is a 2021 Tuskegee Airman quarter. We're going to get it down to a size 7. But we do have to stretch it out just a little bit first. Yeah, I definitely think like there's an opportunity for gauges. I think I just have to tinker with it a bit more. And like getting them the exact right size is going to be really tricky. Like they're going to have to be like one-offs instead of custom made, I think. Just kind of sell them as I make them. Whereas with these rings, I can do a wide range of sizes and make them to order. We get that stretched out a little bit. This is going to be a size 7, so we're going to reduce it down quite a bit from here. It should be about a size 9 right now, a little bit over. That's where we want it. And the reason I stretch it a little bit past our target size is the ring stretcher kind of leaves a bit of a cone shape on it. It's wider on this side than this side. So now we're going to reduce it down and fix that shape at the same time. Oh, I'm sure she does. But it's not every day I get to play around and experiment with stuff. Most of the days are like this, where I've got orders I gotta fill. But some lucky days, I don't have anything to do. And I can experiment and try new things, which is fun. I think her gauges are a little smaller than what those came up into. I think they're going to be too big to fit her. Piercing. What's the magnetic extension? This is Delrin as well. I talked about the Delrin ball a little earlier. This is like a Delrin puck. And it's just got a little magnet on it. I really like it. It helps, like the head of my ram right here really scars up my rings if I don't have anything in between it. And this also, because it's round, it gives me a bit more surface area to push on like larger rings. This is made by Unminted Coin Company. It's just a Delrin puck pusher. I've gone through a few of them. Over time they do get a little uneven down here, but definitely better than scarring up your rings. I really like it. So you can see we're getting a bit better shape on it. I think we definitely have more reduction to do, yeah. Got it down to about a size 8. We go a little below a size 7. Check out the shop website, link down here. cool blogs, recommended tool list, YouTube channel, store, lots of cool stuff at coinringmaker.com. Y'all check it out. It's my little bit of real estate on the internet there. Everybody's welcome, so check it out if you want to. Slowly getting it smaller and smaller. Now that's just about where I want it. We've got it at about a 6.5 right now. And the reason I've gone under our target size is if you look on the inside of the ring here, just above the text, there's a bit of raised metal, or like a lip right there. And that kind of throws off the sizing and makes it a little uncomfortable. So we're going to cut that away. That's next. We're making quarters into rings today. How are you doing? See, this is where that tool I was talking about a little earlier comes in handy. And we're just going to take our deburring tool and cut away at it. While I do this, this is kind of the slow, boring part, so y'all check out the website down here. You'll stay inside TikTok, but it does me a lot of good just to have people visiting the website. So go poke around and hop on back here in about a minute or two when we're done deburring this. Thanks. Heck yeah. Does the tool work on titanium? Maybe. There's a lot of different types of deburring tools out there. So you can probably get like a hardened blade that's specifically for titanium. I don't work on titanium, so I can't give you a direct answer there. I know they're probably like made of hardened steel. So they work pretty good for my purposes, which is like copper and gold and silver, which are pretty soft. So I'm not sure about titanium on that front. It's at a really tricky size. Usually with smaller rings, I'm able to fit them in this little notch right here. This is just too big. And when I get it in this notch, it tends to kind of move and slip around. It's a tricky size. Yeah, it would probably dull pretty fast. Don't want to stay still. Gotta get me one of them. It's pretty handy. So I got this tool from, the shop is called Money Maker Coin Crafting on Etsy. I'm not sure what the tool is called, but it is super handy. And we got a pretty good grip on it now. WSG. I don't know what that means. You're gonna have to use full words with me, man. I'm old. I don't know what nothing stands for anymore. Why don't you wear flex gloves? I really just don't like wearing gloves. Like, that's pretty much what it comes down to. Not a big fan of wearing gloves. I lose a lot of, I don't know, like tactile experience. I can't really feel what I'm working on. That should be pretty good. Looks good to me. Yeah, it just doesn't feel the same with gloves, you know? Let's see what size we're at. We're trying for a 7. Gosh, we are really close, aren't we? Look at that. That's pretty much, it's like a hair's breadth off. It's so close. I almost don't want to even reduce it. That's pretty damn close right there, man. Not bad. We'll do a little baby reduction. Almost looks like I didn't do anything, right? We'll do the other side to match it up. Just a little bit. That'll do her right there. Alright, this will be polished up before I send it out, but I'm going to polish all the rings I make today at the same time. So we're going to go ahead and hop on to the next order I got to work on. I was wondering if I could bring your own silver in and have a ring made and how much. I do custom orders. I prefer to work on my own coins in case something goes wrong. I have like backups. But if you prefer me to work on your coin, I have a button on my TikTok profile up here. It says Get Quote. Tap on that, tell me a bit about your coin, and I can get back to you with a quote on how much it would be. But yeah, if you just want to order a ring and you don't really have a coin, I have lots to choose from at coinringmaker.com. That's the easiest way to go about getting a coin ring. So go there. Check it out. Next one up is going to be Florida Everglades 2014. Yeah, no problem. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. Pop a hole in this and get started on it. If y'all are enjoying this live, make sure to tap the screen. If you haven't yet and you want to, hit the follow button. And, check out the website, coinringmaker.com. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Let's go. Those will turn your fingers green. That's true. These are copper-clad quarters. So I offer a variety of different coin ring metal makeups, from copper-clad to 40% silver to 90% silver, sterling, fine silver as well. So based on the type of metal ring you're looking for, those are already pre-sorted on the website. Just go to coinringmaker.com, tap coin rings, and it'll have them all split up. So you can get a ring based on the metal content you prefer. 90% silver is probably the safest bet because it's going to be a lot stronger than like fine silver. Fine silver is pretty soft. Fine silver is definitely not going to turn your finger green, whereas copper clad is the cheapest option and will most definitely turn your finger green. The nice middle ground between those two is 90% silver, and that's what I recommend. That's what I wear. So this one right here is a 1964 half dollar, 90% silver. That's what I recommend. But yeah, there's lots to choose from. Sterling's also pretty strong and nice and shiny too. but not a lot of coins or rounds that I've run into are made out of sterling silver. I just don't have a lot of options there. But the ones I do have are pretty cool, I gotta say. Gotta go with silver. I mean, yeah. Some people like copper jewelry, and, you know, for those people, I offer it. But, you know, there's a plethora of options at coinringmaker.com, so you're bound to find something that'll work for you. Now, if you're looking for like a specific date, I even have all 50 state quarters in copper clad or 90% silver. Those are a really good option. I can make those size 4 to 12. If anybody's interested in getting one of those, coinringmaker.com. It's the place to go. All right, let's go fold this sucker. How do you get the coin if I want to send it to you? So to start a custom order, you need to go to my TikTok profile and tap the Get Quote button. From there, you'll just tell me a bit about the coin you want me to work with, and I will email you, give you a quote, and we'll work from there. I have a few walking liberties from my great-grandparents. Can you make rings out of those? Yeah. I sure can. Got lots of silver. Heck yeah. Yeah, I ship to Canada. I ship worldwide. So yeah, if you guys want custom orders, just go tap the Get Quote button on my TikTok profile. Go check it out, see if you can find it. It should be pretty easy to find. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. We got about 640 people in here. Even if you don't want to, go ahead and hit that follow button. Make my pride swell a little bit for a second. Make me feel like I'm somebody fancy. Hit that follow button. Make me feel good. You can immediately unfollow if you want. I have no problem with that. A little too slow for me. See you later. All right, man. Tommy, have a good day. Thank you very much, eReal100. That's a cool name. Thanks for following, Kyle. Do I do anything in 22 karat? The only gold coin ring I currently have available is a 1/4 ounce gold American Eagle. I'm pretty sure that's 22 karat, but I am a little limited on the sizes I can make that, because it's a 1/4 ounce, so it's a little smaller than a 1/4. So I can't really make it super huge, but I do have one available. How much are my rings on average? It varies based on the size, rarity, and metal makeup of the coin itself. So there's lots to choose from. The prices range from $25 up to around $300. But that's for like really, really big rings. So like this is a $300 ring. This is a fine silver 1 ounce round. There's quite a few designs to pick from, but these are weighty, very, very big bands. So if you want something smaller than this, you can get it cheaper than $300. Yeah, just check out the website. I can open the link down here. There's also a new category on there that's under $30. Just a collection of stuff I make that's under $30. If you're not looking to spend a whole bunch of money, but you want to get something cool. This one's gonna be an 8.5. So we're gonna want to stretch it at least to a 9.5. If you sent me a gold pendant cross, could I turn it into a ring? I mostly just work on coins. That is my niche for sure. So I pretty much specifically make just coins into rings. Do you have to heat them up? It depends on the metal the coin is made of and how big the ring is going to be. So this one's only going to be a size 8.5. So I don't have to stretch it very far. But the next one I'm going to be making is a 10.5, and I will heat that one up. The best way to keep a coin ring that won't tarnish. Tarnishing is just something that metal does. It's just like oxidation. It's just a chemical reaction. It's perfectly natural. But if you pick up some wipes like these, you can get them at Walmart or Amazon. They will clean your ring in like 30 seconds. They will just wipe everything away, make them nice and shiny again. And it comes with a whole bunch of just disposable wipes. I found these to be super good. And like I can have a ring sit for like 6 months, take one of these out, rub on it for 30 seconds, and it looks brand new. So there's a little maintenance in keeping your rings looking nice, but it's not very labor intensive. Yeah, those wipes are excellent. I've tried a bunch of different polishing products, and those wipes are very good. Yeah, we'll go ahead and reduce that all the way down. It is. It's my favorite part of making coin rings is polishing them, and I have a very hard time stopping because I just want them to be as shiny as humanly possible. See, I may want to actually have annealed this. See, there's a little wavy part right here. It's not quite the way I want it to come out. We're going to remake this one. We'll try again. We'll make it better. Skipping steps does you no good, kids. Rushing is coin ring maker's worst enemy. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. If you haven't checked out the website yet, it's coinringmaker.com. You can tap that link right there. Go look around. What do I do with failed coin ring attempts? Well, usually when a coin ring fails, it's because it splits like this. And I keep all my split rings very close by as kind of like totems of past failures to like help me prevent myself from doing the same thing again. Just reminders. Just keep them right here on the desk. Would really love to try that. Is it expensive to buy starting equipment? It depends on how easy you want it to be. So if you have very little budget but like a lot of initiative, you can do it. If you have a lot of budget and very little initiative, it's probably not the best way to go. I do have a recommended tool list at coinringmaker.com. It's just a button pretty close to the top of the page that says recommended tool list. It's got links on where to get the tools, a little explanations on how to use them, and some videos. That's a pretty good place to start. I also have tutorials on YouTube. My YouTube channel is just called Coin Ring Maker, and that's pretty helpful to start. Just go to like my oldest videos, and my tools will be like way simpler. I've been doing this for a little over 3 years now, so I've definitely upgraded my tools as I've moved along, gotten some fancier stuff. But I started with really basic, what I call like caveman tools. And I think that's how most people should start, just so you get a better understanding of how to manipulate coins with, I don't know, like a hammer. But yeah, those are good resources if you want to get into it. If you don't want to go through the trouble of making your own coin ring and spending money on jewelry making tools, you can always just go to coinringmaker.com and order a coin ring. And I'd be happy to make it for you. I'm pretty good at it. We'll go ahead and do another senseless vanity call to action. I want everybody to hit the follow button. You can immediately unfollow if you want. That's fine with me. I just think it's really cool to see like blah 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 followed. I like seeing that. What is the most unusual coin I've made into a ring? This is called a deburring tool. This is the brand Noga. This is the best one I've found. I've tried a bunch of different deburring tools. Start with Noga and you won't have any problems. Yeah, hit that follow button, guys. Let's go. The most unusual coin would probably be one I didn't think was counterfeit, but ended up being counterfeit. It's like a 1932 quarter, and it looked just perfect, like suspiciously perfect. And I didn't really know it was fake until I was about halfway through working on it, when it was like bronze, basically. Like the color of the metal completely changed. It was not acting the way I thought it should. It was weird. So since then I've become a lot more cautious about the coins I use and where I get them from. Because yeah, if something ends up being like steel or something like that, it can end up messing up my tools, and that's no good. And if it's a counterfeit, Lord knows what kind of metal it's made out of. So I try to avoid counterfeit coins as much as I can. I'm not a fan of them. I don't like them. Not my pot of tea. Alright, this time we're going to anneal the coin, and we're going to see how much better it folds when the metal isn't all work hardened. It's nice and soft. Folds much more evenly. How is the state displayed on the state coin ring? Every state quarter coin ring has a different design on it. But usually you've got the state name along with when the state either joined the Union or joined the United States. It kind of varies, but like when the state was formally like introduced, and then on the back it has the year the quarter was made along with E pluribus unum, and then all the details in between are going to be very specific to the state quarter itself, so they're all going to be different in that area there. But that's the basic setup of the state quarter coin ring. I think I'm looking pretty cool. Definitely a top seller. I've got those in copper clad for $25 or 90% silver for $100. Sizes between 4 and 12, and I can do quarter sizes too. So if you need like 8 1/4, I can do that. 4 3/4, no problem. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. Now we've got all this lovely fire scale on here. Major difference between annealed and non-annealed copper clad. Size 15, I can do anything larger than $50. So you're in like the Morgan and Peace dollar range. Those are 90% silver dollars. All of them are over 100 years old. Or you could do like a 1 ounce silver round. There's a lot of choices there as well. But anything smaller than that, the cutoff's going to be about size 14, like for $50. So you're going to need to go a little larger as far as the coin you'd want to use. That looks much more even. So one thing that happens when a coin ring is kind of work hardened is it will stretch unevenly in different places. So you get kind of a wavy, you can really see it on Everglades. Whoop. So that's from not annealing. The metal was too hard to stretch evenly. This one came out much better. Very nice. Now we're going to make it a little smaller. Alright guys, stoke my ego and hit that follow button. You can immediately unfollow if you're not interested in my content, but you know, it's not going to hurt you. It won't cost you anything. Hit that follow button. TikTok will think I'm super fancy and doing really cool stuff, and probably send more people in here, which is always cool. I mean, we've almost got 1,000. I think if a decent amount of you hit that follow button, all in sequence, we could easily hit 1,000. Let's go. Taxi, thanks for hitting the follow button. All right, so we've got that a little under 8 1/4, which is pretty good. Now we're going to remove the inside lip. So right there's a raised bit of metal. You can see it really good. Well, you could. Yeah, there it is. We're going to cut that away. While I do that, if you want to, visit the website, coinringmaker.com. It's down there, and it's super cool. If you have any questions, let me know. What coin can I do from 1958, size 10? So I have two options for that. You can do a 90% silver Washington quarter. Those are $100. Or I can do a Franklin $50, which is also 90% silver, and those are $150. I can do both of those in size 10. A $50 is going to have a little over twice the band thickness. I can kind of show you a comparison real quick. So this is the average thickness of a quarter. It's approximately like 8 millimeters. And $half is a little over twice as thick as that. I think $half work really well for men's rings. I've had some women wear them, but most women go with the quarters. But I mean, I'm not judging. If you want a thicker band, that's totally up to you. Yeah, the $half are really nice. I'm a big fan. You guys want like a little sneak preview of things to come? This is something I've been tinkering around with a little bit. So this is usually how my $half come out. This one's tail side out. So you've got 1964 on the inside there. And what I'm wearing right here is another 1964 $half, but it's way thinner. So I kind of want to offer an option for people who want, approximately the quarter thickness band for $half. It's something I'm kind of playing with. Let me know what you guys think. But that's not quite on the store yet. It's something I'm still kind of tinkering around with. Can I make a size 14? I sure can, in $half. My wife's hand is super small, and finding a size 4 ring is hard. Yeah, I can do quarters in size 4, no problem. All day. So some countries have different laws and regulations about what you can do with currency. Here in the United States, you are allowed to make jewelry out of coins. There are laws about fraudulently altering currency, which would be like taking a penny and making it look like a dime and trying to spend it. So like trying to deceive someone with alterations, trying to make it look like it's more valuable or like a different year than it actually is. Like that's illegal. But this is very similar to like penny smashing machines you might find at Six Flags or SeaWorld. Like you make a product with the coin itself where it's no longer spendable currency. That's perfectly fine, at least in the States. Different countries have different rules, so I pretty much stick to U.S. currency just to stay out of hot water. I don't want to get in any trouble. All right, so we got that one done. Let's see. We're going to have to make another one. This next one is size 10.5. I don't think that's true. Canada is one where I'm a little skeptical. My understanding of Canadian law is like even if the coin is retired, like anything ever produced by the Canadian Mint, they don't want you messing with it like at all. That's my understanding. Like I'm not a Canadian lawyer. This is not legal advice. But from my understanding, from what I've read, Canada is like a no-go zone. Clean up that inside cut edge right there. I mean, just because you've seen people sell them doesn't mean it's technically legal, right? Like, I've seen people jaywalk. Doesn't mean it's not against the law, right? Like, there's probably like a threshold, like you have to reach to like get the attention of, I mean, you basically have to get sued to like go to court. I don't know how the Canadian legal system works, but like there seems to need to be a plaintiff, right? And again, Canadian law is written kind of weird, but from my understanding, it seems like they don't want you to alter any coins ever produced by the Canadian Mint. I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't want to get in any trouble, right? Last thing I want is Canada pissed off at me. Like, I'll pass on that. I get enough heat from coin collectors already. I don't need a whole country pissed off at me. But, like, I have done the legal research here. Like, I've consulted with, like, lawyers who have done the actual research for me. We have a blog post about it on coinringmaker.com if you want to read about it. About the legalities of making coins into rings. It's a good read. That last tool I was using is called a deburring tool. I've also seen it called a reamer. Watching me do this makes my carpal tunnel hurt. So far my hands are holding out pretty good for me. I've been doing this about 3 years. I ain't got no weird aches or pains yet. Well, I doubt you make a coin that's worth $1,000 and turn it into a ring. I mean, if the customer was right, I have worked on a gold coin that's worth about $750 at the time. I think it's worth quite a bit more now. Like, I'm a people pleaser. Like, if the customer understands the value in my work, I'm more than happy to accommodate what they'd prefer me to do, you know? I like making coin rings. We're going to go ahead and anneal this. It's going to help soften up the metal, make it easier to fold and shape and stretch into a ring. Try not to burn my phone while we do it. If anybody has any questions, let me know. If you haven't yet, check out the website, coinringmaker.com. And if you want to make me feel happy and smile, hit the follow button. Yeah. So what I'm looking for here is this flame to turn kind of an orange color. So right now it's mostly blue. When the ring gets hot enough, at least with copper clad, you get a really decent kind of orange color feedback. You see that? That's it right there. That means it's plenty hot. Douse it in some plain old water, dry it off, and we can keep on moving. You can legally make things out of money, but you can't legally change the value of said money. Yeah, you can't fraudulently alter currency. That's what the law specifically says. No fraud. No counterfeiting. None of that. But you can totally make jewelry out of coins, which is pretty cool. Like, major props to the United States for being so cool about it. Otherwise, I would not have this career. My whole niche would not exist. trying to get this up to about size 11 and a half. That's pretty close. I like to stretch about one size over the target, because this ring stretcher gives it a bit of a cone shape. See, it's a little wider on the top than it is on the bottom. So to correct that, we're going to reduce the wider side and try and nail our target size, which is 10 and a half. So let's go reduce this over on the 1-ton arbor press. This is a 17-degree reduction die, if anyone's curious. Just gonna plop it in there and give it a good squish. Don't want to go too hardcore with it. I'm just trying to go down one size, fix the shape a bit. Much nicer shape. Reduce the other side just a little bit. See what size we're at. Perfect. So right now we want it to be about a quarter size under, which is where we're sitting. The reason for that is on the inside of the ring right now, there is a lip right here. And that's going to throw off the size and make the ring uncomfortable. So we're going to cut that away. What sizes do I make? My rings range from size 4 up to like 17. The larger rings are made using larger coins. So if you're looking for a specific size, ask and I can tell you what I can make, like as far as what coin I can make that size. But there's like limits. So like for quarters, the biggest I can do is a size 12. $50, the biggest I can do is a 14. $1 coins, I can get up to 16. And 1 ounce silver rounds, I can get up to like 17 and a half. Pretty big. Probably bigger if I wanted to. But I don't get a lot of people asking for size 20 rings though, so. I think the biggest one I've made a customer was size 18. Check out the website down here. It's super easy. Tap that, tap the store button, go shop around. Lots of stuff to pick from. If you haven't yet, hit the follow button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 viewers on here. Every time somebody hits the follow button, they send more people in here. So y'all, hit that follow button. How wide would the band be on an 11? So for quarters, the band is pretty much universally about 8 millimeters. If you want something thicker than that, $50 are a little over twice as thick. I think they look really, really good. Like as far as men's rings, especially if you're looking for a size 11. Yeah, $50 are really good at size 11. And if you want something thicker than that, you can go up to $1. So I can do all 3 of those rings in size 11. So you got a lot to pick from. 11's a good size to have. So yeah, the bigger the coin, the bigger the band is going to be. Good rule of thumb. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to ask. I like answering questions. So if you're wondering, really anything, let me know. what inspired me to pursue this dream? So, I don't know. It's been about 10 years since I, like, wanted to make money online. Like, that was my goal. And I tried a lot of different stuff to do that. I tried affiliate marketing. I tried drop shipping. I tried selling other people's products. I tried selling, I don't know, like weird web programs, memberships, all kinds of crap. And so I got really good at selling on the internet, but the products always sucked. So about 3 years ago, I decided to start making coin rings. A little before that, I tried to do a 3D printing business, but that didn't work out very well either. I think I like jumped the shark on that one. I think I was too early to the 3D printing party, because it seems like there's definitely people who are making it work now. But when I tried it was a real miss. But coin rings has worked out much better for me. So, I mean, it's kind of like I wasn't chasing success. Like, success, like, led me, if that makes sense. Like, I tried a lot of different things and failed at a lot of different things. And this worked. So, I kept doing it. And if it works, work it, right? Something like that. And here are the rings we've made so far today. And it looks like I'm going to have to hop off of here and finish the rest of these a little later. If you enjoyed this live and would like to see more cool content like this, make sure to hit the follow button. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great day. Peace.